Today, we have another snapshot of some of the effects that COVID-19 has had on our province. Statistics Canada released the Labour Force Survey results for the month of June. The monthly survey reflects the employment information from June 14th to June 20th, which is right in the middle of our gradual economic reopening, phase 2 of our restart plan. The data released today for British Columbians paints a picture of cautious optimism with a long road ahead of us. We continue to see positive signs as a result of BC's restart plan. In fact, more than 118,000 people found jobs last month. And when we look over the longer term, employment gains in May and June bring back about 40% of the total job losses we've seen in BC since February. So no question these numbers are encouraging. But as I said, we have a long way to go. While we have one of the most comprehensive plans in the country that supports people and businesses, one example would be our emergency benefit for workers, now surpassed 600,000 British Columbians who receive that benefit, as well as our tax credit increases, business tax cuts, rent supplements, support for income assistance and people on disabilities, tax payment deferrals, and a number of other supports. It's clear that there are still thousands of British Columbians and businesses that are still struggling. The total net job loss since the start of the pandemic stands at 235,000. And again, while that's a large number, those are people, those are families, those are individuals and communities. Consistent with what we've seen since the start of the health crisis, the services sector continue to show the greatest overall losses since the beginning of the pandemic. But as businesses reopen and we go through the restart, it's actually where we're also seeing the significant job gains. In fact, the accommodation and food services sector accounts for 50% of this month's gain in jobs. But again, despite the job gains, as more people look to enter the workforce, it does affect our unemployment number. So BC's unemployment number for June stands at 13%, which is down slightly from 13.4% in May. BC's unemployment rate, as I mentioned, remains higher as more people look to enter the workforce. That may reflect an increase in the demand for jobs, as well as an increase in confidence that people will have the opportunity to go back to work as they start looking again. So while job numbers in June reflect a large increase in employment gains, certainly there continue to be challenges. The youth unemployment, for example, that rate stands out in particular, 29.1%, up another 0.2 of a percentage point since May. Again, part of that is a result of young people getting back in, looking for work again. And some good news on that front, 45,000 young people did in fact find jobs last month. A positive sign as well, as I said, that they have confidence that they'll be able to find work and they're entering back into the workforce. So that just does give us an increase, as I said, in the unemployment rate, but it does express growing confidence. So it's a reminder that we need to stay focused. We need to stay focused on our restart plan, doing it in a safe and responsible way so that we can see more and more businesses open. You'll remember me saying last month that I thought it was important to note that restart does not mean full rehire. Businesses are taking it cautiously. They're making sure that their employees are safe. They're making sure their customers will be safe. And people are starting to see that confidence by going back to businesses. That's going to give British Columbia a head start when it comes to our economic recovery. And the most important piece, to reiterate again, of course, is the importance of following Dr. Bonnie Henry's advice and Minister Dix. The best start we can have for our economy, the best recovery for our economy, is making sure that we continue to fight COVID-19. And that's a huge appreciation and thank you to all British Columbians who have done an exceptional job. And I know we'll use that same kind of energy and discipline and care and attention as we get into economic recovery and through the restart. So these are a snapshot, once again, of COVID-19's impact on British Columbians. I will have another snapshot next week, as you know, when I update British Columbians on our province's finances. We'll be looking at the extraordinary investments we've had to make to support people, to support services, and to support businesses, as well as updated revenue and deficit forecasts. And that, of course, will further inform our economic recovery planning.